everyone, welcome to Cornerstone Tea's YouTube channel. As you can see, fall has fallen at our house and we are enjoying it, leaning into it with some pumpkin spice goodies. Now, don't think of pumpkin spice in the way you think of pumpkin spice lattes through Starbucks or other perhaps over-manufactured styles of pumpkin spice. This is a more pure and genuine manifestation of pumpkin and spice. It truly tastes like fall. And if you've never had pumpkin and spice with tea, don't worry, I'm there with you. I have had it a few times since before I had a tea business, I only ever experienced that a handful of times. But now that I have my own blend of pumpkin spice tea to play with, it has really changed the game for me. I encourage you to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and experience something that's lower in sugar, by far healthier than what you might get at a drive-thru, and certainly a little bit more enjoyable. So go with me on this journey while we make a pumpkin spice latte with salted maple cream. So the first thing you're going to need to do if you make a Cornerstone tea pumpkin spice latte is use our pumpkin spice tea. This is a black tea based tea, which means it has about half the caffeine of coffee. It has a smooth flavor profile and a genuine expression of pumpkin and spice. You'll note it's more clove and cinnamon forward, but it's not the amount of clove that numbs your tongue, and it's not the amount of cinnamon that makes you sneeze. It's most certainly the best solution if you don't want to eat a cinnamon broom, but you still want to enjoy your spice in a seasonal profile. I have pre-brewed about an 8-ounce serving of that tea, and I've brewed it a touch stronger than what I might have normally because I want it to really stand out in a heavy cream scenario. So for our heavy cream, and you can make enough of this for like a week's worth of these if you're really in the fall mood, you're going to want a mason jar with a lid. I'm using a wide mouth one simply because my whisker here fits better into it. You're going to need heavy whipping cream or a dairy of your choice, but I like the idea of aerating this and giving it some light and levity. You're going to need vanilla. Mine is homemade, that's why it's in this jar. Genuine maple syrup. Do not go for that crap that you get from Cracker Barrel. Do not go for the sugar syrup you get from fast food joints. Spring for some real maple syrup. It makes such a difference. Get a good brand if you have access to it. Sea salt and a little bit of pumpkin. Now, Steph, you might say, genuine pumpkin with tea? How is that going to work out? Trust me, go with me on this journey. I have experimented with this multiple times. It's one of my favorite ways. The pumpkin is not the pumpkin you expect it to be texture-wise. It more emulsifies into the whole experience. I'll show you. So, starting with your mason jar, you're going to want to put about, let's see, 6 ounces of heavy whipping cream into that mason jar. You're also going to want to add a few tablespoons, that's totally subjective and up to you, of genuine maple syrup. However sweet you like it, that's what you'll do. You'll then augment it with about a teaspoon's worth of vanilla. Again, to taste. And this is the important part. This gives you a little bit of reflection in the product. You're going to want to add like a couple cranks of a good sea salt. We use Asheville Celtic sea salt. Now, you notice we haven't added the pumpkin yet. That's for a reason. We want to aerate this heavy whipping cream, as heavy whipping cream tends to be, before we add that heavy pumpkin to it. But don't worry, we will get there. All right. So as you can tell, that has doubled beautifully in volume, and it is enough that it clings to a finger, but not so much that it is clumpy and has become like butter. So at this point, we're going to, oh God, that's good. We're going to add our pumpkin. This is about a 1/4 cup's worth of pumpkin. It's more there to add color. There it goes. And we're gonna give it just like one more little squizzle with our stick blender here. Once again, we will cut the atrocious noise. Oh God. I'll clean that up. Oh yeah. So it's got just a pale orange color to it. So as you can see here, the end result has this very faint orange tinge to it. That's because the pumpkin has completely emulsified and disappeared into this. You're not going to get clumps of raw pumpkin. By the way, this is not pumpkin pie filling. This is straight 100% pure pumpkin.
But I bet that would make really good pumpkin pie. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not denying it'd probably be delicious, but in this instance, we're using just straight pumpkin because we can control the amount of sweetness and spice that goes into it. We want control over this sort of thing.
Ooh, mix some cream cheese with that. Make a pumpkin cream cheese filling.
Ooh.
Now that would be good.
That's dangerous. Okay, so we have our cream. We have our pumpkin spice tea. We have our immeasurably stained countertop. I'm kidding, it doesn't do that. So now we're going to get a spoon and give it a couple of tablespoons. So I'm going to stir the first tablespoon or so in because I want it to be creamy, the way you want your pumpkin spice latte to be. And however many tablespoons of this you use is up to you. You may find you just want one or two, and that is totally good. But because we made a heavy whipping cream whip out of this, we get that nice little layer of foam on top. Gives it that coffee house vibe. And the last one I'm gonna just spoon right on top to give us just a little bit more of that expensive frappe kind of style that we enjoy this time of year. Lick your spoons, it's good for you. So, this wasn't in the original recipe lineup, but I'm gonna go off the big beaten path here a little bit and add just a tap or two of cinnamon because I want to really, really feel decadent on this lovely pre-fall day. And there you have it. That is a pumpkin spice tea latte with a salted maple pumpkin cream. If you want to get your own pumpkin spice tea, you can visit cornerstoneteacompany.com and buy yours. It is a seasonal blend, however, so bear in mind it's only available the latter 4 or 3 months of the year. If you're just desperate for it though, you can just message me and we'll figure something out. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoy your take on fall. Oh God, that's good. Oh, that is so good. That is so much lighter than like a Starbucks. It's so much more creamy and unctuous. It clings in a way that's delicious, but it's not overly sugary. And as you can tell, we used 100% pure maple syrup in this. There is no artificial sweeteners in this. We used whole ingredients. This is going to be infinitely better in your fall lineup than would be a $8, $9, $10 visit to a drive-thru somewhere. If you liked this kind of content, please let us know by hitting the like button on the bottom of the screen. You may also choose to subscribe to our channel if you desire to see more tea-based content. We present tea in a slightly different fashion than a lot of other tea companies might, and we encourage you to come along for the ride because you never know what crazy recipe we're going to come up with next. We have a catalog of about, 5 videos at this point that you can...
I think so, yeah.
So that's a good, half hour or so of watching that you can enjoy, and each one is a little bit different, and we encourage you to explore those. And if you're really, really interested in showing us you like us, you can always visit our website, like I said, cornerstoneteacompany.com, or follow us on our social medias. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you next time. As you can tell, fall has fallen among. I will. That. Hang on. I didn't know what I was going to say until it started coming out of my mouth.